Hey guys, we're back again with book one. And if you want the info on book one, text me. My number's in the description. Moving on from, I believe this is going to be 1.6. So part 6. The keys to the living biophysical and astrophysical universe are the living quote-unquote light pyramids of life, existing within every structure, within every field of creation. I repeat that again. Come here, Dex. The keys to the living biophysical and astrophysical universe. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's right here, right now, he said. We want up right now.
Okay. Come on. Go this way. The keys to the living biophysical and astrophysical universe are the living quote-unquote light pyramids of life, existing within every structure, within every field of creation. If you remember from the last part, we had finished off with that view right there. And here's what we just read. Now the previous document, plate 3 and 4 of the Elysium Quadrangle on Mars were first released in 1973. So apparently, we're looking at Mars there. What? Documents, plates 3 and 4 of the Elysium Quadrangle, that's Quadrangle on Mars, were first released in 1973 by J.J. Hartock for researchers to evaluate. Interesting. Okay, so key 104. The keys to the living biophysical and astrophysical universe are the living light pyramids of life, existing within every structure, within every field of creation. Number 1, Enoch is telling us that each level of evolution has a pyramid of light through which the human creation must pass on its way to the greater creation. If we are to go beyond our three-dimensional set of creation, we must go through our third-dimensional field of energy into a multi-dimensional field of pyramidal light energy. 2, therefore, each pyramid of light is energized with YHWH's I in the center of the pyramid. This is a cosmological constant which enables every realm of intelligence to be reprogrammed into a higher level of creation. Wow. This is the cosmological constant which enables every realm of intelligence to be reprogrammed into a higher level of creation when they can go through their pyramidal energy field of creation. Thus, the pyramid, the eternal programming of YHWH's I, is there with you at all times and is working with every level of evolution. 3, if you look at a platinum crystal under a field ion microscope, you see bubble formations which form pyramid shapes of light, going from every stage of geometry all the way through the immediate field of the crystal. If you look at the blood crystals under the electron microscope, you can find the shape of the pyramidal field in the crystal forms of blood. 4, that was Kina. 4, what you are seeing is the Merkaba, which connects the key pyramids so that light can be used in unfolding the next stage of evolution. Okay, so now we understand this picture better. Interesting. See. All right, moving on. 5. The key of Enoch is this 104 key of Enoch is telling us that the biophysical relationships which exist in all life, possessed from the smallest hydrogen atom to the largest quasi-stellar formation, are eventually going to prove that the pyramid of light is the central geometric form for all biophysical and consciousness evolution. It's a hefty statement, isn't it? 6. The pyramid shows that the universal mind is all present, not only in every molecule of star ionization, but in every vibration of consciousness flow. Oh, that's annoying. Sorry about that. Let me get rid of that. Silence. What you are seeing, okay, the key of Enoch is telling us that the biophysical relationships which exist in all life processes, from the smallest hydrogen atom to the largest quasi-stellar formation, are eventually going to prove that the pyramid of light is the central geometric form for all biophysical and consciousness evolution. 6. The pyramid shows that the universal mind is all present, not only in every molecule of star ionization, but in every vibration of consciousness flow. Wherever you look, you are going to find that the consciousness flow is going to go into the universal constant, which apparently they're trying to say is that pyramid. 7. A close examination of the pyramidal units in hydrogen atoms will further reveal the geometry of the Star of David as a life-giving form. In consequence, the hydrogen atom holds the clue to the hydrogen matrix, which makes up the present spin orientation of our evolutionary network. 8. Once again, astronomers will understand why the ancients saw the pyramid as the gateway to the stars. Oh, and they were talking about the Mars thing. There's the plate for that Mars reference they were making. And there's the pyramids, obviously, that they're seeing in the Mars pictures that came out in 73. And continuing on with 8. Let me start again. Once again, astronomers will understand why the ancients saw the pyramids as the gateways to the stars and the form through which star intelligence comes to serve human creation. Once again, men will understand how the geometries of the pyramid fuse space, time, and matter to form the ideal focus for star energy transmission. Number 9, Enoch explained how the Brotherhood of Light established pyramids on certain planets in this solar system in relationship to Saturn, the keys to the planetary table and density levels of other forms of intelligence operating within our solar system. These pyramids are built in grid formations and are connected to chronometers, which measure the vibration levels of consciousness on a given planet in units of thousands of years. Fascinating. 10. They determined when successive consciousness worlds can accept physical extraterrestrial guides which nurture God level 0 or 0 growth to God level 1 status, thus completing the pyramid of God level 1 status. Oh, I'm going to read that one again. 10. They determined when successive consciousness worlds can accept physical extraterrestrial guides which nurture God, upper G God level 0 growth to God level 1 status, thus completing the pyramids of God level 1 status. Thus completing the pyramids of God level 1 status. Did you get that? 11. This growth can occur many times using the same planetary sphere to evolve many species for the existence in innumerable worlds. Cool. 12. Pyramidal grids of information were established on Mars, hence the pyramids. For example, for use by artificial intelligence. Whoa. They were built for the gathering of information deciphered from the magnetic lines of force attuned with thinking servo mechanisms or computers existing in our solar system. So this throws AI out there. 13. These pyramids were established in grid formation so that the artificial intelligence of the vehicle, through stimulated emission of radiation, could gather all information from the short electromagnetic wave amplification. So it's a data collection agency. 14. The master grids were established in units of 18. 9 are A-line controls, and 9 are B-line controls connected with the non-planetary Pyramid 5 formation, which is the central model for the information processing. The pyramids are both 3-sided and 4-sided. 15. The grids collect knowledge about the complete range of subsystems, biomes, ecosystems, geological and evolutionary information, knowledge of energy working through all manifestations of physical form. For example, the grids measure energy as order and disorder transmitted through crystal structure and sunlight, and calculate all astronomic forces passing through the interplanetary crystalline network. 16. The greater pyramids on Mars cover 10 times the area used by the co-creators in establishing the major pyramidal grid of Giza, and 5 times the area of the major pyramidal grid established in China during previous evolutionary cycles. 17. This is highlighted in bold. Human intelligence must be initiated into a pyramidal functions of light before they can be advanced to the next ordering of evolution, the next consciousness time cell. 18. Men will then see he is co-citizen and co-participant of star kingdoms, which are part of a cosmic pyramid, which is surrounded by a crystalline sphere separating this universe from the other universes. Okay, now again on plate 3 here, we have the enlargement of a Lucian quadrangle on Mars showing pyramidal formations, Mirror 9. Name of this picture. One more time, there it is. What's up? And then there's this one. Wow. Mirror 9. And a whole group of numbers that I don't have in the slant range and the viewing angle and the phase angle and the lighting angle and the longitude and the latitude and the blah blah blah. I'm going to show it to you one last time so you can see what all that shit says. "19. We will then see that our human creation is part of the greater creation which seeds its life codes by crystal invagination into cycles of starfield creation." That's a mouthful. "We will then see that our human creation is part of the greater creation which seeds its life codes by crystal invagination into cycles of starfield creation." 20. Before this can take place, the human evolution must be educated to understand the presence of the Merkaba, which is the key to engendering a whole new starseed creation. So apparently we need to research Merkaba. I mean, I get the gist, but 21. Enoch showed me how the mystery of the pyramid and the Sphinx were directly revealed in the landing of the Merkaba as the manifestation of the, quote, wheel within the wheel, which is, of course, from Revelations, which I witnessed as it opened up and became one pulsating center of light technology in the shape of a pyramid. The Sphinx symbolically represents the face of thinking spiritual intelligence, which can move in and out of our solar spectrum and show us how we can leave behind our solar evolution, or the lion, and become one with the sons of light. 22. These spiritual vehicles of light will once again come down into the communities of the righteous, which are in special grid areas of spiritual vibration throughout the world. Now remember, this isn't a space, this is a spiritual vibration they're speaking of. These grids contain the pyramidal light patterns that will receive the vehicle of which will come as the capstone of light, activating these centers of the light consciousness. So, in other words, the capstones to the pyramids, that little triangle at the top, from what I understand, will activate and then spread out into the other into the other pyramids, hence forming a grid. And those grids are created, from what I'm understanding, through the vibrations of, having the education, the knowing, the belief, the systems set of understanding that will match that higher vibration, so that we could actually accept extraterrestrial help in our evolution. Are you getting the same? Is this what y'all getting? Kindly comment if you're getting something else, or you're much more aware of what they're speaking about than I am and can tell me more about it. Before this can take place, the human evolution must be educated to understand the presence of the Merkaba, which is the key to engendering a whole new starseed creation. And then we read what we just read. The spiritual vehicle of light will be once again come down into the communities of the righteous, which are in special grid areas of spiritual vibration throughout the world. These grids contain the pyramidal light patterns that will receive the vehicle, which will come as the capstone of light, activating the centers of light consciousness. 23. This is the process of transforming the human evolution to co-participant with the higher evolution. It's like what, middle school? The place between elementary school and high school? That middle school space is what I'm getting. Where we going from kids to young people. Let's see. The process of transforming the human evolution to co-participate with the higher evolution. This process of transformation is directed through the proper pyramidal frequencies of light and balanced by the energies of the Shekinah universe. The Shekinah universe is the body substratum which allows the world to be transmuted into the higher worlds from its most intricate parts. 24. Thus, the Shekinah universe transforms the basic building blocks of intelligence out of the sea of the eternal to go into the presence of the Father. The Shekinah universe is the substratum for the universe of the Sun. The Sun universe consists of the programs of creation and the evolution directed by the Paradise Sons, spanning different life combinations of intelligence from the gross material to pure light. 25. The Sun universes gather, and this is S-O-N, the Sun universes gather the collective manifestations of the gross material worlds that have been purified to be offered up to the Father. The Father universes consist of universes each having a creator God who sustains the Father universe consists of universes, each having a creator God, uppercase G, who sustain the eternal unfolding of the divine thought forms. 26. The Father universes evolve the celestial architecture for the location of the thrones and dominions, the sets of government. Wow. The Father Universes evolved the celestial architecture for the location of the thrones and dominions, the seats of government. These seats of government dispatched the commissions of the Paradise Sons and the Elohim Lords of Light for the creation of the worlds in the lower heavens, as it is only by the order of the Father Universes, through the magistrates who sit on the council of the thrones and dominions, that the fallen Paradise Sons and fallen angelic hierarchies can be redeemed. That's a lot. 27. Enoch explained to me that as the universe expands through the celestial architecture, programmed intelligence takes the assignment of coming out of the higher networks of intelligence to work with the intelligence of the given population I-life system. I'm not sure if that's population one life system or population I-life system. Regardless, 28, whereupon he showed me a picture of how the center of our galaxy unfolds through the opening up of the spiral arms as star fields cool off with their Earth systems in between. The higher evolution is able to program intelligence into these newborn planets. 29, again, as the galaxy of population I life system is expanded, or population one life systems is expanded, sun systems cool off, the right chemical environment forms, and the star seed is planted. Sounds like, well, again, as the galaxy of population one life system is expanded, sun systems cool off, the right chemical environment forms, and the star seed is planted. So what, we're planted in, planets are planted in ice? Is that what I'm understanding? Is that what you're getting? 30. When the evolution reaches the next initiation point of its wavelength of light, new wavelengths of light can be projected through the triangular coordinates. Okay, through this process, the Brotherhood of Higher Population 2 life systems, so I guess that is population 1 life system. So this is now moving up to 2. When the evolution reaches the next initiation point of its wavelength of light, new wavelengths of light can be projected through the triangular coordinates. Through this process, the Brotherhoods of Higher Population 2 life systems continually perfect the program of all interplanetary creations on this side. 31. In order to put man into the building blocks of pyramidal geometries, triangular coordinates, and pyramids of light, we have this key in the consciousness of light. Centropy is the electrification of matter, specifically in a material function, light being the highest amplification of centropy. Centropy is spelled C-E-N-T-R-O-P-Y. And I'm sorry, I'm pausing this because I need to use this. Centropy, I think, will help me understand what they're talking about. Google. Just Google. Centropy. This is, of course, one of the setbacks of reading it along with you. Centropy. Is that even a thing? Am I spelling this right? Centropy. Oh, sorry. O-P-Y. Centropy. Evolution of energy systems. Oh, well, that's interesting. Let's just go with centropy definition. Thank you. In thermodynamics, centropy is a entropy antonym like metaphor type term posited to refer to energetic tendency for particles of a system to come together in an organized manner. Oh, the term centropy is in combination of centration, meaning concentration, and negative entropy, meaning order. So, in other words, centralized order. All right. Did we get that? Did we get that? That did help. Thank you. Okay. Put back on. So let me read that again. 31. We'll be stopping in about 5 minutes, guys. In order to put a man into the building blocks of pyramidal geometries, triangular coordinates, and pyramids of light, we have this key in the consciousness of light: centropy. Concentrated. Okay. Centropy is the electrification of matter, specifically in a material function, light being the highest amplification of centropy. Light being the highest amplification of centropy. Concentration of order. So light is the biggest concentration of order. 32. In our mind, light functions by masers. What the heck are masers? M-A-S-E-R-S. Or microwave amplification by stimulated emissions of radiation. In our mind, light functions by masers or microwave amplifications by stimulated emissions of radiation. This is projected through the photoneurons, which are quantum mechanistic corpuscles of light working by means of photon amplification. All I understood of that was that it's kind of like how our body processes, like the same thing that a plant processes light. Is that the same thing you got? That was 32. You got something more of that than that, please put it in the comments. In 32, I'm going to repeat 32 one last time. In our mind, light functions by masers, M-A-S-E-R-S, or microwave amplification by stimulated emissions of radiation. This is projected through photoneurons, which are quantum mechanistic corpuscles. It's C-O-R-P-U-S-C-L-E. Okay, fine. That was a trip, Belle. I know, I was gonna get tripping me out. Let's see. So we're gonna, I can't even say it, but we're gonna look it up. Corpuscles. And then muscles is like muscles without the M. Muscles, corpuscles. Definition, yes, please. Corpuscle, a minute body or cell in an organism in biology, especially a red or white cell in the blood of vertebrates. Historically, a minute particle regarded as the basic consistent of a matter of light. So it's the basic consistence. What's the smallest thing that makes up light, I think. In our mind, the 32. In our mind, light functions by masers or microwave amplification by stimulated emissions of radiation. This is projected through photoneurons, which are quantum mechanistic, that word, of light, working by means of photon amplification. Yeah, so I'm just seeing this is how a plant grows, and this is how we process it. 33. All photons are in step. That is, they are reinforced in the same frequency, which modulates mental energy into physical energy. So this is how we function, y'all. Now, essentially, this knowledge can be used to find the formula, which will explain how light creates the quanta, or that word again, of light in the brain, allowing the brain to work as it does, like a computer, like electricity in a computer. Can't do shit without that. Apparently, we can't do shit without light. 34. With this explanation, man can see how his consciousness mind receives continuous communication within the brain from all forms of consciousness relativity in our consciousness zone, which pulsate through thought forms through a thinking light cell by photon amplification of light crystals. I think this is trying to explain to us how our thoughts create the vibration in which we reside in and create from. Like, this is how thoughts create your world. This is how your beliefs become your reality. I'm pretty damn sure that's what we just read. So there you go. Let's stop there. We're going to stop there at 34 and call it a day. I love you guys. I bid you adieu. Till next time.